Hello, and welcome back to Too Many Books. My name is Sean, and today we have a Thunderstorm Books unboxing. This, my friends, is a belated Christmas unboxing. Not because I bought it for Christmas, but because the title itself is Christmas Eve Carnage by John Lynch. Which, I imagine Paul, because yes, the gentleman behind Thunderstorm Books is also named Paul. They're all named Paul. It's kind of a requirement for most small presses these days. The titles you're publishing is almost secondary to being named Paul. But anyways, Paul had announced this as a December title. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite ready in time for Christmas, but here we are, a few weeks later, mid-January, and we have Christmas Eve Carnage by John Lynch, which we have Sprinkles the Elf. So, we have, because I know it's an omnibus, it encompasses 2 Christmas Eve Carnage novels, which this is obviously not a novel for everybody. This is going to be extreme horror, just absolute guts and gore. But it would appear that we actually have 2 book covers as well. Christmas Eve Carnage on the first side, Christmas Eve Carnage 2, Sprinkles Lives on the flip side. Sprinkles being one of the killers that's on the loose. And it's good old double action right there. This would have been cool if he was going to, obviously he did do the 2 covers here. It would have been cool as almost like a flip book, which he's done before. He has done a flip title previously, at least one that I know of. But anyways, it is a Black Voltage title, which means it's going to follow the same typical styles of their Black Voltage titles. Slightly different bonded leather. I mean, it's still bonded leather, but it feels a little different than the other bonded leather he uses. But anyways, Black Voltage always have the title boxed in there, silver stamping on the sides. Nothing too fancy as far as the page blocks go, but you're going to have some fancy end papers here. Almost kind of got like a little Star of David thing going on with those. But gotta love the end papers. So unfortunately, this title is completely sold out. This is number 12 of only 40 copies. It's one of the things that Thunderstorm Books does, is exceptionally low limitations, like 40 copies, 50 copies, sometimes around there, sometimes fewer, like 26 copies, like the Splatter Westerns, I believe, are only 26 copies. But anywho, Thunderstorm does a whole hell of a lot of just absolute splatterpunk horror. So here we go. Who did the artwork? Cover art by Jorge Iracheta or Iracheta. I have no idea. I'm going to go with either of those. But he does exceptional. It's Christmas. Nothing bad is going to happen on Christmas. Krampus, 2015. Good film. Fun film. But one of the things that Paul likes to do is do omnibuses, which are always exceptional. It's always an easier justification when he's combining multiple titles, whether it be multiple novellas, whether it be multiple novels in this particular case. This one's taking 2 Christmas Eve Carnages in one single volume. Usually titles that are pretty much paperback only. You know, he's taken a lot of independent horror authors who have, just... I want to thank Thunderstorm Books for the special edition of Christmas Eve Carnage Stories, JWL. Taking independent authors who not necessarily only have paperbacks. Some of these authors are doing, print-on-demand versions of their hardcovers, but being able to present it in a nice, signed, limited edition package. And obviously, these packages are not for everybody. They are kind of very niche offerings, very splatterpunk, very gory, very gruesome offerings. But if you're a fan of, I'm kind of picturing a sort of Jeff Strand vibe here. If you're a Jeff Strand fan, then you might already have a Thunderstorm Books edition or 2. Christmas Eve Carnage, the story of a family who gets stuck in the middle of a nor'easter Good old storm coming to town when there's an ex-con and a killer elf on the loose. Christmas Carnage 2, where the elf is still alive, coming back for more. Anyways, I bought this as part of a bundle deal that Paul was offering that came with Christmas Carnage, Christmas Eve Carnage. Christmas Carnage that could have been the sequel. You have obviously Christmas Eve Carnage 2, but sometimes those nice 80s style sequels where they just they pluralize something or tweak the name a little bit. So like Christmas Eve, what comes after Christmas Eve Carnage? Christmas Carnage. But anyways, this came with a bundle that was offered with Christmas Eve Carnage, as well as Extant, a small little chapbook paperback, and a Thunderstorm Books hat. But it is fully sold out. The copies of Extant are still available in paperback and the hardcover now. And there's still several other titles available through Thunderstorm Books. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to check any of them out for yourself. But if you want to pick up Christmas Eve Carnage, you are going to have to go to the secondary market because this is fully sold out as it is. But anyways, once I have read this omnibus and these two titles, should be pretty quick reads. It's no offense to John Lynch here, but I'm not expecting very dense reads when I think of Christmas Eve Carnage. It should be a very nice, quick read. Maybe it'll be a Christmas in July type read instead of waiting till next December. Once I have read them, I will do a full book review here on the channel, so be sure to subscribe for that. I do at least one book review a week, plenty of unboxing videos in between here and there. But check out John Lynch, check out Thunderstorm Books, and we'll see you around next time.